Today I thought we'd have a look at the tiny Terrapin toys which came inside the Kinder Surprise chocolate eggs way back in 1992. Like I said, these are called the tiny Terrapins and they were released way back in 1992 in the Kinder Surprise eggs. Now, to a lot of you out there, these may look very familiar. To some of you, they may not. It's a piece of nostalgia from my childhood that I seem to remember very, very well. So I thought I'd do this video on them today just to see how many people do actually remember them. Like I said, these are the tiny Terrapin figures, but for some reason I tend to remember them as a teeny tiny Terrapin figures. I can't find any trace of this online, of them ever being called the teeny tiny Terrapins. If any of you guys out there remember them being called this, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. Now, in the early 90s, I would get about £2 pocket money at the weekend, and with that pocket money, I would buy either a cheap toy, a McDonald's Happy Meal, or Kinder Surprise Kinder Eggs. Now, back in the early 90s, my pocket money would buy me about 3 of these eggs, and I really remember the toys being really, really good, a lot more enjoyable than the toys you actually get in them these days. Maybe I've got nostalgia goggles, maybe, I don't know, but that's just the way it seems to me. And like I said, you've got so many great toys in these tiny little eggs, but the ones that stick out to me the most are the tiny Terrapin toys, which were released in 1992. And whenever I think of Kinder Eggs from my childhood, I automatically think of these. Every single weekend I'd rush on with the Kinder Egg, I'd take the wrapper off, I'd crack the chocolate open and hope beyond hope that I had one of these Terrapins inside. If I didn't, it was no great loss, I had a great toy to play with. But if I did, it was fantastic. But every now and again, you did actually seem to get doubles, and I always seemed to get this guy as a double for some reason. It was always this one. I think I had about 6 of these in my collection. I had a couple of doubles of the other ones, of course, but this one always seemed to be the one I got a double of the most. I'm not sure why. Now, I will admit that these are not the original tiny Terrapins that I collected as a child. Over the course of time, they got thrown away or they got lost. And then when I had my own children and I started buying my children Kinder Eggs, it made me reminisce about the days when I used to get these, and I actually went to the internet and I found them and I bought the full set. What's cool about it is they actually came in the kind of collector's box, which I didn't even know existed. But now I've got the figurines and I've got a collector's box to put them in. Now, before we have a look at the tiny Terrapins, I'm going to play you the original advert that aired by Kinder Surprise in 1992.
New teeny Terrapins from Kinder Surprise.
We're the teeny Terrapins on a magical island, diving, splashing, having fun. Out in the tropical sea, there's 10 of us ready to play, a friend in every way.
One-piece teeny Terrapins are friends straight away and hand-painted so they're extra special.
With Terrapins teeny in size,
With milky chocolate Kinder Surprise.
we're the teeny Terrapins, happy to play all day.
One surprise in 3 as a teeny Terrapin.
So there you have it, that was a Kinder Surprise advert from 1992. I don't know about you, but I really do like watching adverts from my childhood. It really does bring all that nostalgia back, especially adverts that feature toys from my childhood and chocolate or sweets from my childhood, and that advert had both, which was great. So without further ado, let's have a closer look. Now, because of the massive success of these toys in 1992, I believe that Kinder Surprise actually re-released them in 1993 with a brand new advert saying that they're back. I'll play that advert right now.
Here on our magical island, we're the teeny Terrapins on our magical island, diving, splashing, having fun. Out in the tropical sea, there's 10 of us ready to play.
One-piece teeny Terrapins are friends straight away and hand-painted so they're extra special. There are also over 100 other exciting toys to collect in milky chocolate Kinder Surprise.
We're the teeny Terrapins, happy to play all day.
One surprise in 3 is a teeny Terrapin.
Now, of course, after the Tiny Terrapins, Kinder Surprise did actually release some similar lines. I think there was crocodiles, penguins and garden gnomes. But none seem to have the same impact on me as a child as the Tiny Terrapins. And even as an adult, in my nostalgia-filled mind, these still have the biggest impact and they're the ones I remember the most from being a child. Do you remember them? Before we end today's video, I thought it would be a good idea just to crack these open and see what kind of toys you actually get in them in 2022. But I don't feel quite right doing it by myself, so my daughter's going to come and do some with me. Okay? Do you want Jurassic Park?
Which one?
I want Jurassic Park.
Please.
That's another thing about Kinder Eggs these days. They tend to come with branded toys inside. So this one's got Jurassic Park, this one's got Disney's Moana, and that one's got Avatar. It's come a long way from the original ideas of Tiny Terrapins. Now they slap on these licenses. So let's crack them open and have a look.
Do I have to be gentle with it?
No, you can be as rough as you like or as
Can
gentle
I
as you
smash
like.
it on the table and open it?
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Can
When
we
I
fix
was
the
little, I
camera,
used to
please?
open them like really carefully and crack them in two. See, that's how you do it.
No, that's how you do it.
So let's see what the toys are like these days.
Made a mess.
So what have we got in this one? We got a little, oh, surprise, surprise. It's a dinosaur for the, oh.
Yeah.
Do you know, at the beginning of this video, I said that Kinder Surprise, the toys in them these days, they're not as good as it was when I was little. But this one is quite good. You get the skeleton of the dinosaur inside. Don't know if you can see that. And you get the outside of the dinosaur as well.
This is strange.
So I can clip that together.
I don't know what this is. I think it's one of the things from the Avatar film that they ride on.
It's not great though, they don't really do a lot. The ones I used to get pullback cars and magic tricks and things like that. But do you think the toys in Kinder Surprise are good?
No, I think they're trash.
No. Okay, so the Moana Kinder Egg seem to be a generic Disney princess Kinder Egg, and I think that is Mulan, the looks of it. What do you think?
I don't know.
It looks like Mulan. I may be wrong. Is she on the...
Off-brand princess.
No, it is. It's Mulan.
Oh, okay.
She's on the poster. So there you go. Kinder Eggs in 2022.
Right.
The chocolate's still good.
Yeah.